honey.
The number's not honey. Call 1-800-HONEY. Do not call that number. I promise you, that number is not going to get you where you want to go unless, I don't know.
Unless you want to get in trouble.
I'm going to call that number later. Just don't call that number. I made that up.
Do not call that number. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? We're coming to a crossroads, Amy. That's the theme of the video.
Indeed it is.
So we're at the crossroads of Avalon and New Independence, but we're going to take people today to the place that I think is the key crossroads of the entire growth of this area in the future.
Okay.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I think it's a tremendous service that we can provide to people today. Because this road, New Independence, is going to connect to Wellness Way, the road called Wellness Way, also to the connector road that goes down, which we have called the Bumpity Bump.
Right.
So there's literally a crossroads in front of us. So we're actually going to pull up right here to where the road just ends. But it will not always end. Eventually, this is going to go straight down where you see. So yeah, so you can't go. So you can just go in there and make a loopy if you want. But picture that. No, everyone, in your mind, picture that. So that road going straight ahead that way, because we're going to take you like what, a quarter mile, half a mile maybe.
Well,
I'll get
drone around our elbow to get to our
I'm going to give you drone footage to show you kind of where this all sits.
But it sits behind Wincey Groves. Oops, hello, sorry car.
Which is party.
Behind Wincey Groves, which is a beautiful closed-out Dreamfinders community here in Horizon West. Also happens to be, I'm just going to loop around.
Yeah.
Also happens to be the home of our newest home that we have for sale. By the way, isn't this great? This is the mail carrier that sits at the mail kiosk and just
like the old
divvies
cards.
out mail all day. God bless them.
Yep.
But yeah, so actually we'll zoom past it. But this is not really our tour. But if you want to see that tour, you can certainly watch that because it is a glorious house. It is a lovely Dreamfinders Arlington with super bonus, because just bonus does not describe it enough. It's literally called the super bonus. So big, a beautiful home over there to our right, absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
That is a beautiful home. Again, that is the Arlington with the super bonus floor plan, and it has a bar upstairs, like a legit bar, not like a bar counter, like a bar. Yeah, so pretty amazing. So you want to see that. But back to your point. So the community is Wincey Groves.
Yes.
And where we were at that stoplight was New Independence Parkway and Avalon Road. So right behind us when we started this video, we had actually just left Hamlin to get our McDonald's, hydration for the day.
Yep.
So Hamlin was behind us. The stoplight was at Avalon and New Independence. We crossed right over, which is the entrance here to Wincey Groves, and we're getting ready to leave that community and show you where it connects at that crossroads that Eric was talking about. And again, just so you know, this is where we entered a second ago. Yep. So over to our right, that's where Eric is referencing.
And so if you're from the south, that's yonder. That's a real estate term, yonder.
Yonder.
But way down, it's not even way down yonder. It's and again, I'll show you the kind of the drone footage, and we'll show you on the map kind of where this all sits, because also behind us, then so maybe you can kind of see it as we drive that we're really close to the Lake County, Orange County line. So right now we're in Orange County, but if we went 500 yards that way, we'd be in Lake County.
Lake County, yeah, for sure.
Just past Wincey Groves on the Lake County line is a community coming. I believe it's called Parkside something Estates, maybe, even though that's a different community somewhere else, but Parkside something. Which is confusing because it's not Parkside, because that's in Dr. Phillips, but whatever. Which is also a Pulte community. But that's going to be 948 homes. They just approved to do...
Estates of Parkside.
Is it? Okay. I thought there was some part... There's something over there.
Phillips Grove.
Yeah, thank you. See, she knows the things. I don't know the things. I'm just here, let's be honest. I don't know why I'm here. I guess I'm here to push the record buttons. But she knows the things.
Did you push them?
I did. There have been times... when I have not pushed the buttons. And those were bad days. So today is going to be a good day. So passing Silverleaf Reserve.
Yep.
But anyway, 948 new homes in Lake County, but right there. Which tells you they're at the permitting process for that. So it's just a matter of time when those roads get put in that's going to happen. So that's almost 1,000 homes right there. So everything you're going to see as we get down to Schofield Road. Hi there.
Hello.
How you doing there, big truck? He's got his hazards on, so that makes it okay. I don't blame him.
It's a big
hard turn.
Yeah.
So we're coming down here. We're in the Hamlin area. New plastic surgery center, apparently. Well, I assume it's plastic surgery because it says
Maybe
plastic.
I should go check them out.
I think you're
Anyway.
cute.
So we're going to take a right up here on Schofield.
Yes.
And we're going to cross all the way down, which was, again, formerly the Bumpty Bump.
Yep.
And then at the end of that, we're going to see a Crossroads, which is really interesting when, now that things are starting to make sense.
Yep.
Because for a long time, when you just look at maps, you're like, I don't get it. I don't understand how this is supposed to get here and be here.
Yeah.
Now that we've driven Schofield to the end countless times, and you see how and where it connects, and how, like when we point out shortly where it's going to, head on toward yonder to Hartwood Landing,
Yep.
and it's going to be quite a difference. And then, of course, that community there is just one of the many that'll be popping up in that area.
I love that I got yonder stuck in your head.
Yeah, yonder.
What is the song reference that I'm thinking of with the word yonder in it?
Just don't even quiz me. I don't know.
It's way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. And what happens on the Chattahoochee? It gets hotter than Hoochie Coochie. It is, by the way, hotter than Hoochie Coochie today. It's only 90 right now, but it's moving up.
Only 90 right now.
Speaking of things moving up, okay, so we're at a crossroads weather-wise. We're in July.
Yeah.
The first hurricane of this Atlantic season is out there. Beryl, I think, is the name.
Beryl?
I think. Beryl?
Beryl?
Gary?
Personal joke.
Her grandmother, she was a little older when we got married. We went to see her.
Granny.
And Granny. Love Granny. And what was Granny's name?
Elsie Mae.
What's her granddaughter's name?
Elsie Mae.
There you go. But she would hear Eric and she'd go, Daryl?
No, Eric.
Barry?
No, Eric.
Beryl? So that's why we thought that.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so weather-wise, we're at a crossroads, right? So it's getting hotter now. This is the part of, we tell people it's 10 months a year of paradise. We're entering the 2 that are not. But we do have air conditioning.
But you know what? Here's the thing. It's not paradise to us just because we live in the heat all the time.
Yeah.
For people who are coming from other areas...
Right. Good point.
They're like,
They're
oh my God, this is
warm,
awesome. Yeah. This is fantastic. And I'm like, yeah, but...
Yeah, I think it was still like 55 degrees in New York, which is beautiful this week. But, still...
Yeah.
People want to come for vacation. But you see lots of crossroads around. So that's our theme for the day.
Yes.
We're going to be crossing into Lake County any second now. Wincey Groves is right over there.
Right, that's where we just were.
So as we hit this line, again, we're going literal and metaphorical. The literal crossroads we're going to show you because I do think it's the key to understanding the growth. I think you put it really well. But market-wise, I want to talk about the crossroads that we're at, right? So we are still in what was considered, is historically a normal market. Interest rates are historically kind of normal. The inventory is kind of low, actually. It's not even normal. The buyer interest at the moment, because interest rates are high relative to what they've been, is a little low. But the real estate market drives itself on supply and demand, right? So we have not enough supply, and what drove the market for the last several years is we had tremendous demand and no supply. Now we have a little more supply, but still not enough. But the demand is way down.
The demand has gone down.
And so that we're going to talk about the effect of that and sort of the crossroads that we're at. This should be a crossroads because the road should go straight there instead of swervy.
Yeah, but there's like the big ditch there, so I don't know how they can.
I don't know.
I'm sure that has something to do with drainage or whatever.
I don't know. There's some gator water over there.
But when we talk about all of that too, like low inventory, high inventory, lots of buyers, few buyers, that's always compared to.
Right. Yep,
compared to what? And, so sometimes, when people are like, well, interest rates are high. Well, compared to 5 years ago, but not compared to 20 years ago.
Yeah, right.
It's like, so it's all relative.
So where we're getting at with this is that we're at a crossroads, so things are moving, maybe taking a turn a different way. Reminding me, of course, of the Ralph Macchio movie.
Thought I wasn't supposed to go down at Crossroads, right?
We ain't here for you, we here for me.
Would you go down the crossroads? Crossroads, okay, side note. I sing My Name is Poppy to my grandkids, and I have a song. How's it go, Amy? Call me
I'm
Poppy.
not singing right now. This is not
Call me Poppy. That is modeled after Call Me Willie from the movie Crossroads. Blind dog full through smokehouse brow. Fantastic performance. Anyway, not by me. By him. You can judge my performance as you go. Call me Willie, the one and only Willie Brown. God, I love that song. Okay, anyway. So I sing a little song to our grandkids that's modeled after that. But that's the movie Crossroads. You might be thinking yourself of the end of the movie Castaway as Tom Hanks pulls out the map.
I might.
And the cute girl, she's a chick. The cute chick in the truck. Didn't she have
like angel wings?
Yeah, because it was the angel wings on the package that he delivered at the thing. And she goes, "You look lost." Yeah. And he goes, "Just figuring it out, whatever." And then he's going to turn down back toward her farm, God, unless he's an idiot. Speaking of farms, Southern Hills Farm over there. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yep.
You can see the development of all of the... There's a big road coming through the middle of here.
Yep.
All of this is going to happen. We've shown you this many times, but it's amazing to be out changes every time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you find yourself... So you're not Ralph Macchio, who's deciding to learn the blues and make a deal with the devil to play the blues, right? That's not us. No. We're more Tom Hanks. Where do we go from here, right? We don't go to that Gator Water.
No.
But
you know what?
What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Keep your thought, because I don't like...
By all means, don't distract this situation. We would never want to do that. No, what?
No, do you remember the time I had the pictures of the cows out there?
Yeah.
Was the most amazing thing. It was right after a big rainstorm, and it's actually... Some of those, ponds, it's just water. It's not like a pond, and, the cows are standing on it. It looked like they were standing on water. It was amazing.
You couldn't tell where heaven stopped and the earth began. Different Tom Hanks.
Okay. Move on, sorry.
So, at the crossroads we're at, so we got our map out, like Tom Hanks, and we're looking. And where are things going? Mm-hmm. Where should we go, right? Mm-hmm. So, I've got a couple phrases that I'd love your reaction to, and yours as well, in the comments. We're on YouTube. We're supposed to say like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. There's no chance you like it, but if give us a break. Okay. Anyway. Let me give you a phrase and tell me where we're at a crossroads on this phrase. A home is worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it. Okay? 2 years ago, what did that phrase mean to somebody?
Somebody could pay over what it was actually worth if they wanted it.
So, sellers were like...
2 years ago. Compared to...
Right. So we would say to appraisers, as we pass Trout Lake, by the way, Pike Lake back there, we would say we would want to say to appraisers, when they would say, well, no, this house isn't going to appraise for that amount, we'd say, well, of course it should appraise for that because someone's willing to pay for that. Here's the twist. Here's the crossroads. Now, that's a phrase that we would say to sellers from a buyer's perspective. What does that mean to you from a buyer's perspective?
That maybe you're still cuckoo crazy in your pricing because you're comparing it 2 years ago as opposed to where we are now.
Yes.
And the value of something is what someone is willing to pay.
And by the way, we're already here.
Do you want me to...
Go down to the crossroads.
All right, well, I'm
going
to
see
the
if
crossroads.
There's a place where you can turn in.
Okay. By the way, this is the side entrance to Ridgeview. That enters in right at the Trinity Family Builders section, which is new, which is fabulous. So definitely take a look there.
Candidly, I'm shocked at how fast we got here. I was prepared to go through this whole list. I'm like, we got to stretch this out because it's going to take forever. That was no time at all. So this is Wellness Ridge, another community there, and this, as we come to the crossroads, where we were just 5 minutes ago? Mm-hmm. Maybe it might have been 10 minutes ago, but still. If you take as we come down to the crossroads, if you take a right, you're gonna eventually that's gonna become New Independence Parkway, and you're gonna be right where we were, right at Wincey Groves, and that new Pulte development that's gonna be there. All that is right there, and I'm talking about I'll put the drone footage up. I'm talking about right there.
Right there. Yeah.
It is not far. It is walkable.
And all of these connector roads that we've talked about, whether it's Sawgrass Bay that's going to connect to Fleming's, that's going to connect to Western Way, whether or not Schofield that is now already connected. If we were to go straight right this minute, which we can't. You want me to go that way?
Yeah.
Okay. If we were to go straight, we would end up at Hartwood Landing, which is another Dreamfinder. Well, we've mentioned Dreamfinders. They have a lot of
I'll put on the drone footage, which I can see from here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the thing.
You want me to go to the right?
I'm going to go to the right. Yeah, it's paved. There's another entrance to the thing back there. Just
go
as far as we can go.
Excellent. Okay. So yes, if we were to keep going straight, that's Wincey Groves, which takes you out to Hartwood Marsh Road. Heartwood. Did I say that right?
That was
Heartwood
it.
Marsh.
Yeah. Which many people just call Marsh Road, but
Except we were corrected.
apparently in Claremont they call it Heartwood Marsh.
Right.
People in Orange County call it Marsh.
Yeah.
So keep going. Let's just see.
Right.
See. I mean,
Yep.
good
Ooh.
gracious sakes alive!
Yeah, it's been interesting because this road has been blocked off, and we knew they were working back here and paving, but it's amazing how fast things really, really go.
And so I'm seeing in the distance there's a cell phone tower that I know what that tower is. Mm-hmm. So that's it in the distance again.
Let's
So
keep going.
I go past it. I don't think we're supposed to, but the holy Nikes!
Yeah, it keeps on going.
I said
Look
holy
at
Nikes.
This is.
I can't tell you how close we are to where we started.
I know. Yep, because there it ends right there.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
So legitimately, we're surprised.
Yeah,
right?
because we haven't been back this far. Like, this road has not been paved. It's been blocked off with the cones and the little barrels and stuff for a bit, and I'm not a scofflaw.
But here's the other thing.
Yeah.
See this turn lane?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you build a turn lane there?
Well,
you know why?
because it's
Because there's going to be a
go-
residential development there. That's why. So picture there's going to be stuff there, and here's where it's coming. I mean, this is it.
Amazing. Ridiculous. So right over this hill is Wincey Groves. I wonder if we got up here, if you could actually see.
Well, I'm
sure you
going to
probably
come
can
back
with
with
the
the drone,
drone. Okay, yeah,
and
cool.
so I'll literally take a shot and fly up over this little berm
Mm-hmm.
and show you, and we'll fly out where it goes. So I mean, we are so very close to Wincey Groves where we started.
Yep. It's crazy.
This kind of threw me for a loop because
That's amazing.
like I wasn't prepared for this to be this paved.
Yeah, like
Candidly,
it's already like not
my
just
fault.
paved, but it's lined. You got the bike, markings there.
So let's take
Incredible.
our traditional Schofield Road bumpity bump pause
Okay.
and say, how wonderful would it be if it could just stay? This is so beautiful. When you look off in the distance, and there's just the. But progress.
Yes.
As we know from the Carousel of Progress at nearby Disney World, which is 5 minutes away from here, once that road is connected.
That's the key. There is when these roads connect.
Yeah.
What this does and how it changes Lake County and its accessibility to Orange County and
Unbelievable.
Disney is just.
So we're coming
Ridiculous.
back to the Crossroads. So when we get to the Crossroads, just stay there for a minute unless somebody comes behind you and makes you move.
Okay.
So just to recap, and again, maybe we'll get to our stuff, but maybe we won't because I'm like I can't think because I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You see all the pipes and things and infrastructure there for more stuff because again, so this Crossroads. Well, no, it's up there.
No, it's up there. This is. I'm just.
But so
following
is that whether that's another section of this or another builder's going to take that?
Well, it's another road that's going down there for sure.
But yeah, so that's going to be more residential. You can see by the way the plumbing is lined up.
Oh man, there's a car behind me.
Oh, well, just pull in here. Like just pull over the thing. Go past the porta potty. So show people just that. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do this real fast. Yeah. So okay, so we came in this way to our left. That's where we were. We can't go straight yet, but if and when we can, it will connect. You'll come up right beside that church, and there's a stoplight there on Heartwood Marsh Road, and Heartwood Landing is to your left, which is
Which
Dream
I
Vine.
can see from
Yes.
here.
If we were to continue straight now, again, the direction that we were coming, if we were to take a left, which we've done many, many, many times,
Right.
we go straight out to 27. And again, Ridgeview is over there towards our left. If you go to your right, you've got, some more. We basically head back toward the Heartwood Marsh area, which is why, by the way, this Schofield Road. So we've sold lots and lots and lots of homes in that general area. And the commute time for me now from where we live in Horizon West by coming down Schofield, when we're going anywhere, even to Davenport and Groveland, half the time it's taking me this route because it's so much faster. I don't have to get back on 429 or the Turnpike or anything like that. But yeah, so this Crossroads right here, this is an amazing lifeline to so many people for so many things. It's very exciting to see the growth and the development. It is very sad because it is so beautiful in some of these areas. You feel like you've left Florida. You think of Florida as flat palm trees, sky, beach, right? That's kind of what you think. But there's so much more to Florida, and all of these, like right over there to our left, that is a no longer producing orchard. Like those are orange trees that are just kind of half dead, half
I'm
not.
glad you said that though, because that is when we say it makes us sad.
Yeah, they're not.
There.
They're not producing.
So it doesn't do the landowner any good there to have that, because there were a series of freezes in the 90s that sort of just did a loop, threw us for a loop here. So we stopped being a citrus community in this area, and so they're going to do something with the land, and there's sure are a lot of people that want to move here.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I totally get why, but
so we're at a crossroads. Is what I'm saying.
All right, so we're going home now.
I guess go back that way.
All right.
And then we'll keep talking about our crossroads metaphor, because I think it's a good metaphor.
Okay.
So we did we sort of got stopped by a home is worth whatever someone's willing to pay for it.
Right.
There are still so many houses going on the market that are just way overpriced.
Yes.
They're just way overpriced, and we look at them and we go. So we looked up a home in our old neighborhood where we used to live. 3,400 square feet for $850,000, and no, it's not going to sell at that price, because a home is worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
And in this market, that's not what someone is willing. And maybe somebody would be willing at some point in time. Maybe that time will come around again. But at the moment, a market isn't always like this. It's going to go up and down, just like the stock market, right?
Well, and so I'll go to one of my final points on my list about pricing strategy, where it used to be that you priced against the generic market. Okay, so we always say you should just price the home well. You should price for what it will sell for. Now, in the before times, a couple years ago, we would expect if you priced a home well, you might get multiple offers and it would boost the price, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we still advise people, price it well. Mm-hmm. But...
More dead orange groves.
Yep. Now I'm sad.
No, it makes me sad too.
Pretty birds, though.
Pretty birds.
But, so, think about that house at $850. That is 3,400 square feet, no pool.
No community amenities.
No community amenities, thank you. Not gated, nothing.
Yeah.
So now you have to price competitively. You have to look and say, okay, this is what I think the home will sell for, but because there is more inventory than there are buyers, you need to win.
Yeah.
Right? So it's more competitive now. So for if someone's out there, if you have $850, it's not that no one is willing to pay $850 for a home. It's just that we can find you a much nicer situation for $850 than that. I mean, we can find you a much nicer situation than that for $650. Would you agree?
Agreed.
So,
well, and I mean, again, that's not to say that home isn't nice. It's just
lovely.
not priced right. And, that's, I don't know, I think that's...
And they're going to be confused.
They are. And by the way, I think it's kind of important to just, as we talk a little bit about how important it is to have a realtor. So for that particular community, we know a lot about it. We know what has happened now adjacent to that community with the clearing of the land and what's going up there, which candidly is unfortunate for the community.
Yep.
Not all development is great. Sometimes people are like, oh, okay, they just cleared all that beautiful buffer that we had, and now it's going to be the backside of something.
Yep.
So sometimes that rots, that your value may be affected by that development around you. And that's true everywhere and anywhere. So, it's something to kind of take note of. But yeah, it's so beautiful out here. I just can't stand it. I've been watching Yellowstone, and I think I kind of want to move. I want to move out to Montana.
Am I coming with you, or am I staying here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Where are the grandbabies?
With us.
Oh, okay, good.
Anyway.
We'll inform their parents.
We'll inform everyone.
Okay, so let me give you two more crossroad things.
Okay.
We're going to head back to Wincey Groves, because in the time continuum that we exist in, that video that we talked about, we're going to shoot that here in a minute. Southern Hill Farms over there.
You'll notice, same clothes. Okay.
Yeah. It used to be that, and it will be again, by the way, but that the cost of your mortgage was cheaper than renting a comparable sized apartment. Okay? True? True. Yeah. And the challenge for a first time home buyer was getting enough cash to put down to be able to qualify for that, because the frustration we would hear all the time was, I'm paying $1,700 a month in rent,
I just
but
don't
I can't.
have- yeah.
I don't have the cash to put down. It's not fair, right? And correct, not fair. Now the price of so if you bought a home, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in this area, just generically speaking, let's say you could buy it for $500,000. You had a mortgage of $400,000, right? Still, first-time home buyer. That's still tough. That's still a stretch, right? I'm looking off in the distance and I see Wincey Groves and stuff over there. That's, I guess, Silverleaf, actually. But now, that mortgage for $400,000 on a $500,000 home, you're going to end up paying about $3,500 a month. All these apartments that you see around here, for a 3-bedroom apartment that's going to match that 3.2 as close as possible. The 3.2 is still going to be nicer, but but a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment is going to run you about $2,800, maybe about $3,000 by the time you extra fees and things like that. You factor in deposits. So it's $500 a month more expensive, assuming you can get the cash together.
This is kind of in this area.
Yeah. Assuming you get the cash together, it's still $500 a month more expensive. Now, value-wise, I think it's still a better
I mean,
situation
home
to be a homeowner.
ownership, in my opinion, obviously, that's always better because you're not just throwing away that money each month. You'll have something to show for it in the end, but at the moment,
But we're at a crossroads.
Yeah.
Where it's right now, if you're looking at this, you have to go, well, okay, if you don't have an extra $500, which many, if not most people don't, or if you just say, well, maybe I should wait until interest rates come down and prices go down, and I think that's a lot of the reason why.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are saying that. But it's also, excuse me, it's also that now if you're looking to sell your home and if you're looking to buy a home, you now have competition of renters and rentals more so than before.
Right.
Because now some people may really have that mindset of, well, maybe I'll just go rent something for a little while until I figure out where I want to be. So now that may look a little bit more appealing than it did before. So anyway, Crossroads.
Yeah, so we'll give you one example as we wrap things up. So that sort of sums up all of these things. We had a listing, which is under contract, closing soon. That's the spoiler alert. But there were 4 of exactly the same floor plan on exactly the same street. They were all, you could see them all from each other. If you stepped down the street, you could see all 4 of them.
Purely coincidental. It was just really crazy.
Yeah, and no other of that on the same street. No other of that same floor plan on the same street. Nothing.
Nothing else. Yeah. Crazy.
And so our approach was, one realtor took the approach, price it really high.
That was the first one.
The first one that went on the market, price it really high.
And we're like, whoop, you're crazy.
The second one that went on the market went on the market like right before ours.
A day or two before ours.
And it was a better property than ours.
It was on a corner, so it had a little bit more desirable home site.
And they did this amazing thing. They priced it well.
Yes, they did.
And we told our sellers, thank goodness they priced it well because it's going to go under contract like that. And it did. It went under contract in 4 days. So that we didn't have to worry about that competition. But we had to think competitively, okay, what are we going to do if they don't sell? Because it was a more attractive property than ours. So that left, when we went on the market and they were under contract, now there were 3. No, there was 2. And then another one came on the market. And then what happened was the one that was insanely overpriced to start with, over time had dropped their price. It was so dumb. They dropped their price $1 under ours. You're going back to Wincey.
That's why my turn signal's to the left.
Because you kind of went that way, so I thought you were going that way. I didn't see
Let me drive.
Let me drive. I don't get to drive. Anyway, so they got the memo that now it's a competition, right?
Yeah.
There were some other factors with that house, but like we made a flyer for inside our property when people came for showings, laying out the differences between the properties to illustrate ours is the best one on the market. And it went under contract. Everything's good. The fourth one, the one that came on the market right after ours, is still on the market. They've dropped the price a few times. It's a lovely home. Nothing wrong with it. But it just may be the fact that there were 3 buyers in the market for that floor plan,
homes.
and there are 4 homes.
Yeah.
And so you've just got to and I'm speaking to our national and worldwide audience here on YouTube. Like and subscribe. That you got to hire a good professional. You should call this lady because I think she's the best. But that's maybe we're not everybody's cup of tea. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And maybe you're not here in Central Florida, but now more than ever, this is I heard someone say the other day in the real estate space, they said, it used to be a market about speed. Get it on the market, get it priced right, get the word out, get a bunch of people in there. And now it's a market about skill. True? Mm-hmm. Accurate? So it takes a lot more skill to sell a home these days because we're at this crossroads. And so employ a professional. There's new rules coming out for buyer agents, seller agents that are all going to shake out to be exactly the way it's been before.
Yeah,
just a little more,
a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, but again, more complicated. So now we need
Crossroads.
We're at Crossroads.
Yep.
We'll go down the Crossroads. So if you find yourself, you are Tom Hanks, and you're holding the map and trying to figure out what to do. What if there was a number they could call, Amy? What would that number be?
Honey.
The number's not honey. Call 1-800-HONEY. Do not call that number. I promise you, that number is not going to get you where you want to go unless, I don't know.
Unless you want to get in trouble.
I'm going to call that number later. Just don't call that number. I made that up.
Do not call that number.
What number should I call instead, Amy?
407-848-8042. Oh, my God. All right, enough. All right, we're
say
going
that thing
now.
You say. It's
I am.
True.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for following along on our Sunday drive today at our Crossroads. Don't forget to watch our video that we just posted about the house that we're getting ready to go film right now. I know. Time warp. Have a great day. Please stay safe. Stay well. Remember, we love you. Happy house hunting.